Hey, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today is Monday, January 22nd, 2018. Saturday, January 20th, if my dad was living, he would have been 75 years old. So happy birthday to you, Dad. I miss you. I wish you were still around so I could have a better influence on some other people in my life. But anyway, long story short, I sure do miss you and I wish you were around. So what's going on? Today I listened to Earl Nightingale. I've listened to this Strangest Secret probably 20 times in my lifetime. And what are your thoughts on what you think you can become? Uh, Lots of different individuals over the years have talked about the way to see things differently, to be able to um, even Jesus talked about it, right? As you believe, so shall it be done to you. Mark 9:23 says all things are possible. Norman Vincent Peale, think in positive terms, you will get positive results. As you sow, so shall you reap. What we plant, it will return to us. Um, you can rebuild fortunes several times in a lifetime. I can definitely say that that is true. I've been bankrupt twice, and I've built fortunes after each time. So, um, not the way that you really want to do it, though, right? Who else? Who else can we talk about? Um, Ralph Waldo Emerson. A man's life is what he thinks about. Um, a man is what he thinks about all day long. We become what we think about. So that's Earl Nightingale's message, right? We become what we think about. What are your thoughts about that? What do you think that the true definition of success is? Each one of us has a definition in our mind, right? I know that I've doubted myself for many, many years, and even now I still doubt myself as it relates to trading because I see things differently. And I don't know if it's a real big issue to have a bias or not. I mean, if you have a bias and you can trade that bias, it can be worthwhile. For instance, today I'm looking at the market here, and you know what I've been trying to do, right? Short. I've been short in the market and looking for that top. Is the top in now? Well, volume would say, hey, there was a bust through 5,500 in contracts were traded once it busted through, was it 63.50-ish, 63.60-ish, and goes up to another 50 ticks up. Is that the top today? I don't know. No one knows the top unless you're, I guess, God in heaven, or you've got so much money in the world that you can influence it temporarily which way that market's going to go, right? So what I know is I got short at 64.10, and I don't know if it's going to be the bottom, the top, the I just have no idea. I mean, it ran a 1p profit target. Will this be the area that goes down $1 from here? Will it revisit the lows? Will it make new highs? Who knows? What I do know is that when I have a belief and I follow through with that belief, more times than not, I find myself in the winner circle more than in the loser circle. And why is that? I think it's because I'm willing to take more out of the market when I'm right than what I'm willing to lose when I'm wrong. Right now, currently, man, I'm looking for the market to crash, to continue to move down, to come down to the GAN 137.5 degree angle on the short side, to bust through the lows around 63, whatever it was, 63.12, 11, 10, somewhere in there. So we're right roughly $1 away from where I think the market can go through that and continue to move on down. You know, is that the optimist in me? Is that the pessimist in me? Is that the half full glass? Is that me just being an idiot? Who knows exactly what that is? But I find it very difficult to be on both sides of the market at any given time. It's a difficult situation. I mean, yes, I have a trade strategy for it. I call it the Bugs Bunny, where where I, if you can't beat them, you join them, right? You know, and I don't know if that's the. I just know that when the market turns over and it goes on the short side for me, yes, I make lots of money. But when the market's going up, like here recently, I give it a lot of it back. I mean, in the end, am I a net winner or am I a net loser? It ends up being I'm like a little bit of ahead of the game. I just got to find the right points to be able to get in. You know, if I would have seen, there's always a moment in a market that, well, not always, but more times than not, if the market's going to move, there's a moment in the market that there's a deciding factor that determines if the market's going to go up or it's going to go down. And today, where was that mark at? Around 63.50. When it busted through there, I mean, it shot straight up pretty much to 64 and change, wherever that high is right now, 64. I think the high is around 64.20-ish or somewhere in that area. So there was a movement that sent that market from the 50 level up to the 20 level. I mean, knowing that ahead of time, to be able to find key points in the market, that's where my mind's kind of heading right now. To try to stay out of the market, it's so difficult. So I know for me personally, when I entered the market today, my first trade was down at the lows at 63.12. I mean, it was 63, I think 63.14 was the low of the session, and I looked like, you know, and I tried to short that market all the way up as it went through pivot, and finally I just said, let's wait for a really extreme high volume bar and see if that is going to be the end of the top as far as the market going up and we head back down for a while. So right now, if you look at highest volume bar, it's on the blue side. It's going to take a lot of momentum and power to get up through these highs that the market's that's showing right now. Can it? Certainly. Hell, it can go anywhere it wants to go. It can go to 65, it can go to 66, it can go to $70 a barrel. Will it do it in one day? Will it do it in one week? It's not most likely do it in a day, but yeah, the market could go to $70 a barrel by the end of this week. Will it? Who knows? Only those that are in the know, and that's a very small minority. Um, well, Earl Nightingale talks about a study of 100 individuals. And I've heard this over and over and over again. He said they interviewed them at age 25, or they age 25 to age 65. So there's a 40-year difference in the age between 25 to 65. At age 25, think about most of us how we feel. You know, we don't feel that we're going to be failures or you know live in poverty and be poor and broke. That's not how we think at age 25. But I'm at age almost 51 now, and I'm start thinking in my head, you know, I've went through, you know, age 35, I felt like I was going to do it. Age 45, I felt like I was going to do it. And now I'm at the age 50, 51. I'm thinking, well, wait a minute here. Is all of what, you know, and I've been a proponent of what you believe and what you can achieve, but there's always been that ounce of doubt in my life. There's always that, you know, that little bit of doubt that's always persistent into my life as it relates to trading, day trading, for instance. That's what I'm telling you is I don't have the answers. I mean, I don't think that most of us that are day trading have the answer. We see times that everything lines exactly the way we want to see it, and it becomes what we call an HPT, a high probability trade setup. You put an S on that if you want to, HPTS. So a high probability trade setup that we can get into and feel pretty confident in at that point in time. If we as traders can eliminate the poor trading decisions that each and every one of us make, and only trade the HPTSs of our lives, we put ourselves in a better chance overall to be in the success column, to be in the winners column. That is where the trade-off happens, especially as it relates to here at Top Step Trader, is that you have these deadlines that you have to hit. Would I be trading, if it wasn't for the deadlines? Would I be sitting on the sidelines? Would I be more inclined to not trade, kind of like as a positional trader or a swing trader? More times than not, I'm not getting in the market unless I see something. Last time I got in the market, it was a failure. So, the last two times that I was in the market as a positional and swing trader, on one side I made a really good amount of money. On the other one, it was just a little bit over. It was a loss. But I got half off at break even, and the other half got off, I think around 74 or something. So whatever, not 74, but it's like 60 something, 74. It made new highs, and then it just shifted me out. Is that going to change my belief center as it relates to positional and swing trading? No, I'm still going to look for things that I believe in that give me the odds of success are weighted in my favor. And I believe, I guess in the long run, that's pretty much how we have to look at trading. We've got to find things that we believe in, that we believe the odds of success are much higher than the odds of failure, and that trade those HPTSs, right? Trade those high probability trade setups, and then do our best to stay out of the market. So that's my word of wisdom. There's your secret of success, as Earl Nightingale would talk about in Trading Land, to try to, come in the market with that, positive mental attitude, but be humble. Always have that stop in mind. Don't exceed whatever that loss goal that you put in front of you. Do not, live to fight another day. Live to fight another trading day. The market's going to turn. They're going to go your favor at some point. You've got to be able to keep that ammo dry as best you possible and allow the market to turn the direction that you want to. So if, for instance, for me, if I see the short side better than I see the long side, well, I need to start seeing the market do something that makes me say, you know what, today is a valid trading day at this point. If the market gets to this point, it becomes a valid trading setup for me. If I miss the long side of the market, which I would say 80% of the time right now, I mess that long setup. I see it, but I always doubt in the market being able to press through and make new highs. And that's just the me knowing that I like when the market falls a lot quicker than it goes up. So knowing that right now I'm short at 64.10. I'm holding at 64.10. The market's got to it's got to come back up to 64.10, 64.09 to knock me out now. Will it? Will it not? I don't have a clue in the world. But what I've known is that this kind of movement in the past has more times than not puts me into the winner circle. It puts me into it makes that new high, it goes down to the low, and it presses down lower than the market. So I don't know. I don't know what drive. I mean, I do know what drives the crude oil market. It's a lot of different individuals and corporations and futures traders like us that drive the individual trading session. Now, me personally, right now, I'm not driving it, and I never really drive it. Being able to trade one or two contracts, I'm not going to influence the market. Right now, I don't influence it at all because I am only what you call, I guess I'm trading in the what's it called, redevelopment account, which is a SEM account right now. I'm not in the real money account right now. I chose to put myself in redevelopment so that I can work on some things in my trading that allow me to see the market a little bit better here. So that's 15 minutes of just talking to you, and that's enough for today. This is Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. In God, I hope that YouTube, on a side note, wakes up and understands that creators are different than the rest of the breed that is out there, and they need to wake up and start seeing that we as creators, as YouTube creators, which I am a UPP guy right now, you need to stop and start looking around and see that it's us little people that are out here. And I mean little people as it relates to YouTube. I mean, I only got what, a little under 1,200 individuals right now. And of that, I have a good following, and each one of us that have a YouTube channel have have a niche usually more times than not that what we're good at. And right now, the struggle of a day trading, a life of a day trader, as far as that goes, it appeals to people. And if we do get paid cents on the dollar, then we should be paid cents on the dollar. I don't make a ton of money. When it comes to YouTube, man, I tell you, I make $100 a year. That's my AdSense money that I make is for my time that I put in. I get a check for about, like today, I looked at my bank account and I got paid $102. So I got paid $100 last year and the year before that. So I make about $100 on everything I put out. And is the person that puts the creative content, are they worthy? Are they worthy? Is the laborer worthy of the time that he puts out? And therefore, should he get a little bit of reward? And I would say yes to that. So the bottom line is you're screwing those that made you YouTube. All right. God bless. Take care. I'll see you in the next video I put together. Bye for now.